Okay, so for this next video, what we're going to do is look at geometric terms and explaining some of the geometric terms you're going to use for this unit. So to start off with geometry, it is the study of the size and shapes of things. We're talking about the relationship of straight and curved lines in drawing shapes. Well, right now we're going to stick with two-dimensional shapes. Some of the most basic two-dimensional shapes are angles. We have acute, obtuse, right, and we also have a vertex. An acute angle is anything that measures less than 90 degrees. And typically we're talking about an angle that looks like that. Obtuse angles measure more than 90 degrees. A right angle measures 90 degrees exactly. And when we do it, you'll see a little box in the corner. That means it's a 90 degrees. Now the vertex is the point at which the two lines meet to form an angle, or where the two lines meet and an angle is intersecting. So those points right there, the points are the vertex of an angle. Other two-dimensional shapes that we have are circles. Now I'm going to talk about circle parts. So the radius is anything that measures from the center point to the outer edge. So I'm going to draw a circle here, and from the center point to its outer edge, that's the radius. The diameter is twice as much. It's basically the distance from one side of the circle to another side of the circle going through the center point. And so I even go ahead and give you an R right here, a D right here. Okay? So there's the difference. A tangent line is a line that touches a circle at one point, typically on the outside. So if I draw that circle again, that tangent line should only touch it at one point. It could touch it anywhere at once, but only at one point. A chord is a line that runs from one side of a circle going to the other side of the circle, except it doesn't have to go to the center point. The diameter is a type of chord, but it doesn't run through the center point. So here's a chord, and here's the tangent line. Concentric circles means that two or more circles share the same center point, kind of like a bullseye. And so think of it that way when you think of concentric circles. In a quadrant, you basically have, let me draw a quadrant for you. So here's another circle, and all around my circumference, the circumference is the distance around the circle. All around this circle it makes 360 degrees. So if I divide it up into 4 equal parts, those are called quadrants. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Something that you might have learned from a geometry class. Triangles are next. You have equilateral, isosceles, scalene, and a right triangle. An equilateral triangle is a triangle that has all three sides and all three angles are of equal measure. And there's only one, and it's drawn like that, where that's 60, that's 60, and that's 60, which makes 120 degrees within each triangle. A isosceles triangle is basically when you have two sides that are the same. Let me go back for 1 second. So they're equal, those are equal, those are equal, and those are equal. Over here, you have this angle equal and this angle equal, and this side and that side, those are the only two angles sides that are equal. A scalene triangle is drawn where there's no sides that are equal. No angle is equal as well. Now a right triangle is different. It has one angle that measures 90 degrees. It has one angle that's measured 90 degrees. And the one good thing to know about a right triangle, it has a hypotenuse. 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 And that's the hypotenuse. It's the line opposite of the right angle of a right triangle. Quadrilaterals, basically objects that have four sides. The most basic one that you know about is a square. A square has four equal sides and four 90-degree angles. A rectangle also has 4 sides, and it also has 4 90 angles, but 2 sides are equal when it comes to a rectangle. And a trapezoid, it doesn't have 90 angles, but it does have 2 sides that are of equal length. So trapezoid would be something like that. A rhombus, that's another quadrilateral that you need to know about. It reminds you of a square, but it doesn't have 90 angles. It has 4 equal sides, and then it also has opposite angles that are equal. Probably drew it a little bit too long, but it's more like a square. Okay, it's more like a square. All sides are equal. Now the rhomboid is more like the rectangle, where you have opposite sides are equal length and opposite angles are also equal. So this is more like a square, this is more like a rectangle in that case scenario. Okay? The last slide that I want to look at are polygons. These are two-dimensional shapes that also have a number of sides, and it also has a number of angles within it. Now, a regular polygon, if you just ask for what is a basic polygon, those are triangles, rectangles, squares, not a rectangle, but triangle, square, hexagon, pentagon, octagon. Basically, it refers to a closed shape with all sides and all angles that are equal. So a pentagon is one that has 5 sides that are equal length. A hexagon is one that has 6 sides that are of equal length, and an octagon has 8 sides that are of equal length. You might recognize it for stop sign. But anyway, these are two-dimensional geometric terms that you need to know about for this unit.